Welcome back to the Deliverance Network. Thank you for joining us today. And I just wanted to share a little bit of information about myself and my spiritual journey, because as our channel starts to grow and we have more people who are watching and sharing and viewing, there's been the odd question about my status as a quote, I don't even like using the word visionary, but someone who is bringing some messages that I've received over the years from heaven. And so I just wanted to briefly share my spiritual journey and what I've had in the way of spiritual direction, what priests have approved, what I am saying and bringing to you through the Deliverance Network, just so that you have that for your discernment. And of course, private revelation, I've heard talk that it is not something that anyone is bound by. So I want to state that first of all. Private revelation, I believe, is added by heaven to help build up the public revelation, which is the deposit of faith that is in the Catholic Church. And that is what we are truly bound by as Catholics in particular. And so private revelation is something that is given throughout the years and throughout history, salvation history, to build up the body of Christ. And so in my own personal spiritual journey, I became Christian right from birth because my parents were. I went to the United Church regularly, fell away from the faith as I became an older teenager, and then came back into the faith through my husband, actually, who was a practicing Catholic and was attending Catholic Church probably for 30 years now. I've been attending Catholic Church and finally decided I need to convert, and I attended the RCIA through my local church and became officially Catholic in 2001. But in 1999 was when I started having some of these spiritual experiences, and because I was already planted in the Catholic Church, though not officially Catholic, I ended up having a spiritual director literally dropped in my lap in the form of Father Joseph E. Kane, I believe it is E. Kane, and he was an exorcist with the Catholic Church for many, many years in a variety of places, South America, worked with the Inuit up north, and I started meeting with him monthly, and this is back in 2000, I want to say, and he was journeying with me for, I think, at least 7 or 8 years prior to his decline in health, and he gave me permission to share my experiences with the website that I started, the Deliverance Network, back in 2008 or whenever it first started. And so he gave me basically his authenticity stamp that he felt my experiences were authentic. They have since been brought to my parish priest back in the day, Father Tom Riopel, who journeyed with me for about 6 months in meetings to go through them. He also gave his approval for me to share. And I also journeyed for some time with Father Dan Dubroy as a confessor, and he is with the Divine Mercy movement. And he also felt my experiences were authentic. But again, that's not the rubber stamp authenticity, nihil obstat imprimatur, formal approval of the Church. And usually that happens long after someone has died even. So it's a very lengthy process for a visionary to become approved by the Church, and something that I'm not expecting to happen in my lifetime, certainly, or even if it happens in general. But these are personal sights and lights that I've been given by heaven over the years. And my current spiritual director, who is Father Francis Donnelly, Companions of the Cross, has also given me permission to share them far and wide. And so that is some background that I wanted to give to you, to just lend some authenticity to the fact that I have been guided very, very strongly and regularly by Catholic priests for 21 years now. And I always submit myself to their authority. And so even all of the writings on the Deliverance Network were literally reviewed by Father Kane before they were published. But then, of course, he became ill, and he has subsequently passed away. And so now my current director has given me permission to share without him reviewing or approving. And so everything that I share, as I mentioned, is part of that private revelation, which is designed to aid in our growth in faith and to lend to the deposit of faith, which is the magisterium and the Catholic Church. And so I offer that as an adjunctive support to your faith. No one is bound to believe everything that I say. I offer it in a spirit of my own witness, of my own personal spiritual journey for the past 20 years, messages that I have received as I received them, that I believe were from the various people I've mentioned, Jesus, God, angels, etc. And I offer them only in good faith to try to help witness to the fact that I have seen and experienced this so that it might help bolster you in your faith and in your faith journey, and give warning. And as we see things unfold, if these words that I've received line up with what other visionaries received, that is what we're trying to do with the authenticity of the various voices coming from the Watchtower in our day. And I really believe it is an urgent time for listening to the voices on the Watchtower and for discernment. And so there are some church-approved visionaries out there who have received a nihil obstat or an imprimatur from their local bishop, etc. And so those are ones I feel, and Countdown to the Kingdom particularly features those there. So that is one thing that I believe is a safe place to check out, countdowntothekingdom.com. And the witness that I am giving you, I'm hoping will be adjunctive support to that discernment process as to the voices you're following in today. But of course, the main voice to follow is that of the magisterium and Jesus in our tenets of our faith as we go forward in the times that are here. So thanks for journeying with us today. A little bit of background about the Deliverance Network. And again, if you like us, just click like on our channel, forward us to other people that you might know that would be interested, and subscribe if you haven't already. And God bless you in your journey today and in the future.